It strikes me, Attorney General, that's really, it's one of the most ideological divided issues of our time, is because I think we see the arguments in different cases. I mean, I think the right argues that it's protection of the unborn child, and the left argues that it's just a women's health issue. And it's difficult to come to a consensus or a compromise when it's being argued from different perspectives.
You're right. And, my perspective is that I've got to be in the business in the AG's office of protecting our most vulnerable. And that means protecting life. My wife and I, Mackenzie, are having our first child in January, and this has become keenly more important to me in terms of understanding firsthand, just hearing the heartbeat, as I'm sure many of your listeners have, when their child is kind of at conception, if you will, or right when you have that first ultrasound, being able to hear that heartbeat. Then at some point being able to look at a sonogram and see actual images of the baby, that changes a lot of hearts and minds. And I think the more science and technology we have, it actually supports the pro-life movement. Again, in this office, we're going to stand up for life. And I hope that, again, if we prevail in front of the Supreme Court, and the argument's going to be on October 12th, I want to make sure, your listeners get this. That doesn't necessarily mean the court is going to rule that day. It'll be a little bit of a protracted process in terms of when we get a ruling. But as soon as we get a ruling, and if we are victorious, then we're going to be right back in the Sixth Circuit asking for reconsideration of this pro-life measure that, again, had bipartisan support, overwhelmingly expresses the views of Kentuckians to be compassionate when it relates to this particular procedure.